Well, g'day everyone, and welcome back to the channel on a very, very wet, cold, beautiful Southland day. My rain gauge is telling me we have had 84 millimetres of rain overnight, which is a lot. I'm sceptical, I don't know how accurate it is, but yeah, lots of reports around a 50. It is plausible this little area has had that much. Don't know. Calves are all stacked up by the fence. There's trees up there they can go shelter behind, but they'd rather stand there. It certainly looks very grey and very wet. So we've been around the stock this morning. Everything's looking happy enough. Sean lambs over there are looking a wee bit. They're hiding in the shelter, but they've got the shelter, so that's alright. Certainly not looking like they're in any real pain at the moment. So they're probably the most at-risk animals on farm. Everything else is happy, high and dry. Rivers come up a wee bit. Seems to me like a good day to do some servicing, because I've got that one, the big one, two motorbikes, well three, possibly three-wheeler as well, the family wagon and the ute all need done. Will we get it all done today? I don't know, probably not, but we'll make a start anyway. Got a heap of motorbike filters. Should still be 10 in there, and a big very expensive box of New Holland filters. That's oil filter for the TM, don't know what the rest of them are. That's TM, that'll be fuel filter, that'll be another one. Yep, hopefully we've got the right one this time, because that girl's got a dicky one for the primary filter which is no longer produced, so hopefully we've got one here that fits. That's for the TM, that will be the main hydraulic filter. That's the wee one. That's the high pressure sucker that we're going to change, I think. I'll find out from Google which one it is. That's the oil filter, that's the engine oil filter. This must be the expensive dicky one with a big cast head on it. Come here, you. Yep, that's the one. Right. So let's go fire her up, let her warm up, and yeah, dump some oil out of it. Now I do remember a very well respected older mechanic years ago telling me that these things run sky high oil pressure when they're cold, which they do, and not to give them too many revs. Watch that gauge. It can go over the top. We've got one more bar. Where are we? There we go, we got it. But don't go too far over that. Right, 3 bars of temperature should do it. Let's dump this oil. Now this one's a bit fiddly because the loader frame is in the road of the drain, so you can't catch it nice and neat like you can in the other one. But we will do our best. I had a couple of sockets and a bar here somewhere before. I'm going to turn you off until I find them. There they go. Right, the things are possibly about to get quite ugly. 24 doesn't fit, let's hope the 27 does and it's not a 30. Huh. 24 doesn't fit, 27's too big. Some of those old Hero sockets are getting pretty warm, so let's try that 27. No, right, we've got a 1 1/16 here. Perfect. Right, that all does. Now, there we go. this will get messy. So, I've got a problem with this tractor. These bloody wheels. Oil filters on one side, fuel filters are on the other. I want to do them both at once. Yeah, turn the wheels one way, can't get to the other. So, all I'm doing really is making both sides really awkward instead of one possible and the other impossible. Let's see if we can get this. Yes, some oil is going to hit the ground. Whoa, there we go. That's just annoying, eh? That just sucks. Bloody hell. Catching most of it. Okay. It's going to be a mess to clean up. Engineers, eh? What's that saying about a mechanic and an engineer's wife? Right, can we get the oil filter by hand? I'll put it on, so looks like, yes we can. It's going to be hot. No oil running out of it. Whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. She had oil pressure, so it should be right. There we go. That's hot. We've got to warm up nice. Just going to double check those numbers to make sure we've got the right one. There you go, guys. Somehow. Crap. That may be as good of a reason as any not to, because yeah, spills down the side of the filter and then you won't be able to do it up properly. These loader frames really are not well designed, eh? There we go, that's easy. And we're away. How tight you do your oil filters up depends on who's servicing it next, right? I'm servicing this next, well, at this stage. So, good and... Anyway, like I was saying, good and hand tight is tight enough for me. Now we've got these two puppies to do. Really should give them a blow down with the air gun, but I've got open engine oil stuff around, as in the drain bung. I really don't want to. Maybe. I really do want to. So we might wait till that oil's drained for a bit longer and do this properly, because I don't want dirt in the fuel system. There's a wee one in under there. Yeah, where are we? Right up there. It white one, we got that. It's the messy one, as you can see there, but it's easy. How am I going to get that one there? I may almost have to pull this wheel off to get that. Just not built to squeeze into spaces like that. Caught the kids playing with this thing a while back and could not remember for the life of me where the hell I'd put it. Well, it was hanging up right there. Bingo! Bloody loader pipes are in the road. Can I get under them? Come on. There we go. And another pipe. What's that? Come on. So somehow my phone logged into Twitter there. Don't know how, but it did. Right. One more try here like this. We might have to come up with a different plan. Hand loose. Woohoo. It's only half the battle though, because there are still those loader pipes in the road, which are not going to make life easy apparently. You know guys, that zip tie on my loader pipes goes around the bloody brake line, and I don't like that one bit, so I'm going to get rid of it if I can. There we go, just about. We will find somewhere else to put it, but I don't like that at all. That to me is pretty bloody dangerous, because if you remember a fair while back we had a bit of conduit wear through a brake line on the T7, and that may well do the same thing. So yeah, that's not ideal. Now I should, yep, got a bit more room there to get this filter off and to get it back on. It's a long thread. Shouldn't have said get it back on, to get the new one on. We're off. Right. We dropped it. Oh, that's alright. New one going in. Trying not to get any dirt in it. There's an earth wire there we've got to go around. Now, they're not light filters, I've got to tell you. This might be fun. Okay. We got it. We're away. That is a long thread, eh? Tell you what, these bloody engineers need their asses kicked. I will admit the new one is a lot easier to work on. This tractor is 22 years old now, and it was a lot easier to work on than the ones before it. But you'd think they could just be a little bit more considerate of us. Right, so we're nearly there on the first one. That has got engine oil completely done, trans filter's done, top the trans up a wee bit. Still got to put that back on. Better not forget that, eh? Where are we there? There. Beauty. So, I'm just going to double check everything, but I think we'll get the starter up now, and then we'll turn the steering wheel so we can do those fuel filters, which are, I'm not confident we've got the right one this time. I don't think the right one exists, and I'll show you what I mean shortly. So, only thing we're worried about is that we build oil pressure fast, which we're obviously going to have none of to start because the engine's not running. Right, fingers crossed. Look at that. Bingo! We got hydraulic pressure. Not yet. Oh yeah, things doing things. There we go, now we have. Beauty. That all went really well. We've got oil pressure. I'm pretty sure that second oil filter in the trans is primed up. The first one definitely is. The way they work, sucks out of the bottom of the trans, pumps up to, I think, 220 pound in these ones. I'm pretty sure the other one is 350. That runs your transmission, so your clutch packs and your solenoids, your synchronizers and that. That then pumps into another pump. That pumps up to whatever it is, I think it's 2800 psi. That filter may not be quite filled up yet. Still making a wee bit of noise that it wasn't making before, but we'll find out whether that goes away or not. I've got nothing hooked up I can really work hydraulics on to try and get something through, and I don't actually know if that's a good idea. Better just to let it run for a bit. But get these fuel filters done, because yeah, that's bugging me. Quick easy job, as long as we can get one to fit on that old housing. Right, so a problem child here is this one. Don't pull the diesel out of her if anything's going to come out. No. That collar there does not want to fit on this filter here. Hey, it fits! Woohoo! And it's a different number. 3 previous filters have not fitted in that. That's interesting. So this filter here has done the best part of 1500 hours, but it is the primary filter, so it's not like it's letting dirt through the pump. It's just the first one. Probably would have a bit of an issue with water, except that we don't have an issue with water in our fuel. Touch wood, shouldn't probably say that. But that's exciting, guys. Oh, look at that. We have a clean primary fuel filter. Secondary. Right. Why didn't that one want to come off? Bloody load of frames again. That's annoying. There we go. Didn't have to worry about that dirt after all, because it's all contained inside. put a wee bit of engine oil on that rubber seal there because it looked particularly dry compared to the other one. Not quite there yet. Who would put a front end loader on a tread? There we go. Now, these things are magic because to bleed them, all you do one more clip is that. And then wait. There we go. Don't know how open that needs to be. Look at that. Screw up a wee bit. There are no air bubbles coming out of there. Let it run to be sure. Done deal. Right, we'll just let her run for a couple of minutes. We'll make sure it starts first. Let it run for a couple of minutes to make sure that noise goes away. And then that is that one done. Well, not quite. Front axle, front hubs need done, but I haven't got that oil here. Well, I've got the front axle oil here. Haven't got the front hub oil, so we'll get a 20 litre tin of that because they hold a bit, and get that done another day. But they were done 250 hours ago. You might remember last year we did a video on it. I just do them pretty regularly because it's a loader tractor. It doesn't do a lot of hours a year, and I know there's a bit of wear in that front diff that one day we're probably going to have to do something about. But the rest of the machine may not keep going or won't keep going forever, so that front diff may outlast something else. It's got 10,500 hours on it. Food for thought, if the oil's been done on time every time, it has had 42 engine oil changes. Yeah, quite a few. Anyway, let's start her up. Well, that's that one done and dusted. Unhook that, where are we? Unhook that, go home, have some lunch, bring another one over, and yeah, we won't bore you with too many details. They're all both pretty similar. So yeah, the next one done. Hi guys, back after lunch. I know that looks dodgy as hell, but we don't need to work around in front of the tractor, it's just back there. So let's get this one underway. Just worth noting, guys, that there's a little bit of rust around the bottom of that. Now that's on the pre-filter water separator, the coarse filter. Hasn't set it off because it hasn't got up to here. So we're well and truly safe, but I don't like seeing that one bit. I don't like that at all. Very, very glad to have an inside job today, boys. That is not fun out there. Now, we pre-filled the TM's oil filter because we can. We're not pre-filling this one because it goes that way. So, obviously it's not much of a concern. Something that is a concern with these engines though Got a 47 litre Iveco CNH, we're going to call it. A full drive, then after that the two drive ones. You've got to drain both sides of the stuff. So I do once recall, I think it was one lonely farmer, making a comment about New Hollands and how they dirty their oil so fast. And I've often wondered if this was the problem. You don't get much out, but you get enough out to make your new oil look dirty straight away. I just lost the bung in that container of oil. Lovely. That's an amateur mistake. To be fair, those hoses shouldn't be there either. Thanks, New Holland. Engineers. So yeah, what was there? I don't know. Litre and a half maybe. And we're waiting on the big one to finish draining. We will dump it out of this. These drain bungs always scare me because they are into an aluminium thread. Just have to lose a little bit here. Thistles. Lovely. Oh, the bolts don't break off. Should be tight. Go. Filter, and there's a spring in behind there, staying in there. There we go. Tiny wee thing. Just right there. The other one is just on here, so get into that, don't damage anything. New one goes on. Nice new oil filter. O-ring goes in. I know, I'm really a new guy's road here, aren't I? That O-ring sits very proud. There's one bolt. O-ring is staying in. It's a real nasty one if that one doesn't stay in. It's the right way. You'll lose your engine pretty quick. Fair bolt. They were a bit tight for my liking and I'm not sure why. I think I did this last, maybe I didn't. But these just nip them up very, very gently. They're a tiny wee bolt. They don't hold a lot of pressure. And very seldom do they actually leak if those O-rings are in as they should be. Yep. A little bit more on that bottom one. No, heaps. Beauty. Right, all fueled up, oiled up. This one can take a wee while to fire sometimes because the fuel filters don't prime quite as well, but let's see what happens. Should have let that load up first so I could have seen the oil pressure straight away, but it ain't bringing up any lights. And there it goes, 5.96 bar, full pressure and bypassing. Woohoo! Righto guys, I've just had that one way up the hill, dropping a couple of neighbours' ewes back off. And that one has been draining now for an hour and a half. So we'll dump the oil out of that one now. Well, it's really hot, really, really hot. And get that one filled up. That one shouldn't have to sit for too long, it should be 20 minutes should be plenty enough time for it to drain because yeah, that oil will be scalding. It's the older air-cooled model, carb fed, so when you hit a hill and you're wide open, they get hot compared to this one, which is water-cooled and tends to regulate its temperature a bit better. So both these bikes have had a pretty long life. This one is 11 years old. Yeah, 2012, we're now 23. So yep, 11 years old and has done 24,000 miles. I'll have to check the air clock because I think it's done more areas than my one. We bought this one at I think 22 last year. So yeah. It has had a bit of a gentler life than mine though. Mine is absolutely buggered. I say that, it's not actually buggered. It needs an engine overhaul, desperately, and front bushings are all buggered up on it, but not in a way that's repairable. So yeah, to repair it I've got to either weld them in, which is not ideal, or buy new A-arms for it, which I don't really want to do. Got to do the oil filter on this one too. Pretty sure from memory it's in the same place. Got to take this bloody cover off. So yeah, both bikes pretty old, not really worth a whole lot at the moment, so trading them in isn't really a viable option. New bikes are bloody expensive. I am looking at a Honda 680 for myself because I wouldn't mind the extra power, and price wise they're pretty good, but they are automatic only and I don't know if I like that. We've had a good run out of the manuals, and the autos are, what's the word? Some people have great runs, some people have horrendous runs. I don't know which one I'd get, but we'll see. See what we do. It won't be this year anyway because we can't afford it, but next year, quite likely. But yeah, really need to get mine overhauled because it just needs it. Right, make sure that spring doesn't fall out. That's bloody hot. Just remember not too tight with these. There we go. Now, these things do actually hold quite a bit of oil for what they are and what they do, but it is gearbox oil as well. And there are two clutches in there. This is centrifugal clutch and the gear change clutches. So you're running clutch linings in with your bearings, and they aren't traditional bearings, they're roller bearings, but it's just not ideal. So it does need to be changed quite often. Whoops, spilled a little bit there. You can go back in the funnel. I think it's about 2.5 litres that they hold, but it's just whatever the dipstick says, and that actually says bang on, but I don't trust that very much. Still saying bang on. Surely it's got some little nooks and crannies in there it's got to go and fill up. Yeah, now it's saying low. Right. Another wee pour. One more for good measure. It's saying just over full, which is where I like them when we first start them up. Right, moment of truth. Every time I do an oil change, I do get a little bit nervous. Turn that off. Hello, no lights coming on. Good news. No oil leaks appearing. There's a bit of oil around there, but that's just from the change of the old ones. So no, I think we are good. Anyway guys, my phone is not far off dying, so I might wrap this up now. Haven't quite got that one done yet. There's still any battery left. I'll get a video of it starting up. I know that might be a bit different to our normal content, but it's part of farming. We do a lot of our own servicing here. So just trying to keep those costs lower. Did buy 3 big drums of oil last year. Pretty sure that Dello one. So a lot of what we use just runs Dello. The tractors run Dello, the motorbikes run Dello. I know they probably shouldn't. No, there's still quite a bit in there. Probably still a little bit over, a little bit under half a drum. I know that's half full. That hasn't been opened yet. It's for the transmissions in the tractors. Buying drums of oil like that probably saved us $500 or $600 in the retail price of that 600 litres of oil. So yeah, easy, possibly more actually. I think the engine oil was $1 a litre cheaper, and I think the trans oil could have been $1.50 a litre cheaper. So that was good. Yeah, so we do a lot of our own servicing, as a lot of people do. Something you need to know how to do if you're going to do it, but it is an area where you can save a lot of money. Repairs, look, when we know something needs repaired, I make a decision pretty quickly as to whether I think I can do it or not, and if there's any hesitation, I don't think I can, pay the professionals. Way better to pay the professionals than it is to have a major stuff up, but can also save a lot of money if you know you can do something. I'm not saying I like doing tradesmen out of their jobs, but yeah, if we can save a bit of money this year especially, we need to be doing it. So 4 services done today. Not very often that they all coincide at the same time. To be fair, that bike was 200 miles overdue. Oh, ours and his bikes. So this one, the newer one, 26,000 miles, 4,165 hours. This one over here, 24,000 hours, 24,000 miles. It's only got 3,208 hours on it, so it's had quite a fast life. So yeah, the newer one there has actually done 1,000 hours more than that one there, or 900. Yeah, interesting. Hadn't actually looked into that. Yeah, but anyway, keep this older gear going, save a bit of money. We normally get 50 to 60,000 k's out of a bike, normally with one engine do up towards the end. The engine do ups aren't expensive. Got a guy locally, does a bloody good job of doing them. Yeah, but anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, don't forget to hit that subscribe button please. Yeah, give the video a like, and we will see you next time, which will be weighing ewes off the maize. They've been on grass for a week. I'll go through that a little bit. We sort of had to do that to get a fair comparison. We're going to work out whether they've gained weight, lost weight, maintained themselves, or what's going on. So yeah, we'll see you next time.